Sweet, Miss Flint.
We are live at the Tipsy Red Fox
Interestingly.
painting this Infinity Night and Day. So these are instructor, but then check out how awesome these turned out by the ladies. Hello, ladies, by the way.
Hey! Now what?
Now what? So show them off. Let's show them off. Let's take a look.
Oh my gosh.
Very nice, very nice.
Oh my gosh.
Somebody's getting married.
Heck yeah.
Cool, super cool. Well done, well done. I like it, I like it. All right, so let's start with Jenna.
Oh, I had a good time. Yeah, this was great. I loved it. Wanted to make sure
Hey, Ginocchio.
so much fun. I literally, like, this made the trip, made the day. So if you ever need a place to paint and sip, you need to do it here.
The Tipsy Red Fox, huh? Okay. Stop. I don't want to hear anymore. All right, Michelle, thanks for booking, by the way.
Yes.
And once again, I apologize. I would just own my stuff. I'm sorry that I was late today and your friends didn't get come. That's my bad. So I appreciate you.
I'm pretty sure we showed up 30 minutes late anyway.
Yeah,
so
well,
it's fine.
yeah,
We're all human.
whatever.
I'm gonna agree with Jana. This was really fun, really relaxing.
Cool.
And with the drive and you know, the traffic and stuff and all the crazy people out on the road, coming here was a real nice way to just forget about it and just be with my BFFs and
Biffs.
just have fun and be happy. So
Cool.
It's been a while since I've had these laughs. So.
Well said. And we forgot. We're going to say something nice too. Mackenzie over here.
Oh, we forgot.
Quick. Boom.
Oh, Mackenzie, I don't know, you're just amazing. You're an amazing person, and you deserve all the happiness in the world. And I'm so excited that you're getting married.
Oh, the happiness.
Ditto. I'm really glad that you're still in my life. You're like my only high school friend left. So thank you for being there for me always.
That one airplane trip was really horrible. Everybody was going to Disneyland together. All right, here we go.
So had a great time. You were very personal and made it like interactive and fun. You weren't just
Sweet.
like do this, paint this. Like you made it fun.
I'm not a paint Nazi. No.
Yes. So it was really great. And Mackenzie, you're perfect in every way. I'm so excited for you.
Beautiful.
So make sure he knows every day.
Everyone said everything like I would say.
It's tough to go after everybody.
Like, don't worry about not being good.
Yeah,
Because it
it's
doesn't
good.
matter. And it's a very open and freeing experience.
Easy
And if
peasy.
you don't paint often. Yeah. And then Mackenzie's the purest soul. And I'm just excited.
Pure soul.
I'm excited to continue our friendship and for your wedding.
Oh, Niagara Falls. Dig it.
This was pretty fun.
X.
Yeah, he provided the jams and laughs and very good impressions, so that was entertaining. Well,
Hey.
it distracted me from I'm like, okay, this is kind of bad, but it turned out okay. So he's a good instructor.
Well, thank you.
And Mackenzie, you were very sweet.
Hopefully the most pure person I know. So it means a lot that one of you
You guys are great and supportive. That's awesome.
This is really, really fun. I was so excited. I don't do a lot of things, but I was really excited to be able to do this painted set for my bachelor weekend. So it was really, really fun, and I had a really awesome time doing it.
Cool.
And thank you guys. I wouldn't want anybody else to stand by me when I get married to my person. Wipe my tears. Yeah.
Well, that seems like a good note to end on. You guys are wonderful. Thank you again, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys. Boy. Okay.
Happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lexi. Happy birthday to you and many more. Happy birthday to ya. All right, good shit. So I want to say thanks very much. We got some repeat offenders here at the Tipsy Red Fox today, and we got some new blood. Welcome. And we painted. Everything's gonna be all right, pun intended.
No.
And look at this classy lady here. Very nice.
That's Lucas.
Super cool, guys. Super cool. Sweet. Let's go around. Christian, show me what you're doing with your like Frida owl. It's very nice. Frida. Oh, that is a toe. Yeah. I like the tattoo, dude. Owls with tattoos are hot, you know.
They're very in.
Very pastel over here. Very nice job, Nicole.
The forelock.
I'm gonna work the forelock.
I really like your forelock, Nicole.
Nice forelock.
It's whatever it is that's good for me.
Look at this group hanging out together. All right. So final thing that we need to do is we need to say something nice to birthday girl Lexi here. So we'll just go around. Heather, I know you're camera shy, so we'll let you go first. I'll go first. As I said earlier, you have great taste in friends and family, and I think you are just like a trendy lady, like a pretty cool gal that I think is the shit. So keep on doing it, and congratulations on your Mirage. Congratulations. All right.
Okay. I know.
You have nice teeth, girl.
No.
No, you don't. Sorry. You got meth teeth. Sorry, lovely.
No, I obviously am really great at this. Which, thanks for God damn it, I don't
She's
know.
always my opposite.
Here, why don't we do this?
I love her.
Just say one thing that you think that is really cool about her. Everything. That's see, that wasn't so hard. Everything.
Hated to say that.
Okay, Colin, get in there, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fuck this
I don't know.
Can we
No,
all
I mean-
take it and then talk a little bit like normal?
You are wonderful.
She's my wife, and I love everything about her. And she's the most hardworking best person I know. And I
Let's
love
open
every
the door.
minute of being married to
Hey,
you.
Jenna, for that.
Sweet. And what do you love about yourself?
Oh God, I don't know. I choose good people in my life. I'm very choosy, and it comes off as bitchy, but obviously I have good people in my life.
Let's make that T-shirt too.
Yes. I
So,
love
I'm
that
not a bitch, you just
Lex
suck.
is always there for anybody that needs her. Just really caring.
Love it, love it. Christian.
He met me 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I just met her, but I've heard a lot about you. I know you've had Nicole's back through thick and thin.
So not just bathroom walls.
So,
You've heard.
Not just good stuff, not bathroom wall stuff.
Thank you.
I'm the person who takes to the last minute to still finish projects.
Just want to get the last out of this point.
No, Lex has been with me through thick and thin, and is a great friend and somebody that I can trust, and that I know will be there for me regardless if I'm doing something silly or not.
Sweet. And that is pretty much it. Oh, wait. Fernando?
I met
She sucks at eyelashes.
like 20 years ago. These 20 years that I met them say a lot about myself. And I love them. And I think they love eyelashes.
Yeah.
They love eyelashes.
Good one.
Eyelashes are a big deal.
Go KU.
Go KU. And I would say that this gentleman right here, he's not bad at chugging beers. I mean, he had a little practice. We could go again. You guys are wonderful. I want to say thanks again for showing up. Absolute pleasure to see you guys again. It makes my heart feel good when people come back, right? It means I did something right. So appreciate you guys. We'll see you on the next one, and be well, guys.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Happy birthday!
Good sound effects.
Hey, we're live at the Tipsy Red Fox. We're painting this. It's very beautiful. Look at that. And these are all stars that painted that. Lovely. Well done. Well done. This was the original. And we decided that we're going to make two pieces that come together. So this is the original. And then this is what we did with it. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And let's see. Could you tell me a little bit about your painting?
So I just wanted to be very bold like I am, and weird, so I made it bold and weird.
Cool. And what do we bring to this that not everybody does? Anxiety. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anxiety about painting, lots of anxiety. Cool. But here's what I love about it. There's all these, what we should call them?
Happy accidents.
Happy accidents.
Bob Ross moments.
Like this little faux hawk here looks very lovely. Cool. And if people ask me to help out a little bit, sometimes I'll help out. If you need eyelashes for the details, I will do that. I'm a giver. A natural people pleaser. It's a curse and a blessing. And this all-star just went, I don't need your help. I got it. Thank you very much. Yep. And she did it all by herself. Perfect. Well done. Let's see. And then I just want to ask you guys one physical and non-physical thing that you like about each other.
Well, let's say I'll go first.
Okay.
With a smile, physical
Aww.
and non-physical, the mind. You never know where she's gonna go with that.
Yeah, it was amusing, and also like, I got learned up on QR/QRS codes. There's no S on QR codes. Turns out, that's okay.
So non-physical, she's very punny. So she is the queen of dad jokes. And physical, she has a very nice butt.
Okay, likes the tush. All right, well, you guys did great. I want to say thanks for coming to Tipsy Red Fox. I hope to see you guys again. It was awesome.
Thanks for having us.
And despite your anxiety, I hope you keep painting because, as I said, it can become meditative if you keep practicing.
I'll try.
Cool. I'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Boy.
Black or white? Try to do black or white?
Do black.
Black and yellow. Hey, we're live at the Tipsy Red Fox. We're hanging out with this lovely couple. Hanging out. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, she looked back. All right, we're putting some finishing touches on here on the jewelry, and then we got the initials got to be in. Oh, he opted out of the initials. We go full name, getting it in there. I think this turned out pretty good. King.
Yeah.
Queen. Not too shabby, guys. Good job. Right on.
Y'all should come through, man. He was a great host.
Hey, thank you. Good looking
Got
out.
all the damn jokes.
You guys are pretty funny too. Yep. So I was gonna ask you guys, what's one physical thing and one non-physical trait that you guys really enjoy about each other? Just starting out.
Not enjoy?
No, I said something that's a physical thing and something that's a non-physical thing that you enjoy about each other.
Okay, physical.
Mm-hmm.
I like the height. Non-physical. I think he was really entertaining.
Okay, cool. See, goofy is okay.
I'm always gonna be me, man. Always
Goof.
gonna be me, man.
I like it. Best way to
I
be.
actually love her height too. Something about her. Some lane.
She's blushing.
I love her personality.
Okay. All right, good stuff. Well, I gotta say it's been a blast hanging out with you guys, learning about you. That's one of my favorite part about this job is I get to learn all kinds of new things about people that walk through that. Maybe I wouldn't have met you guys out if I don't know if I would have met you if you hadn't come here. So it's really cool. I appreciate the business savvy over here. I look forward to doing some marketing stuff with you. I know you're in school right now, but when you get there, we'll do some stuff. And then over here, what's happening? Any shout outs you guys want to do?
Yes, shout out to Karen's Cakes LLC. She has a bakery in Grandview.
Okay, cool.
Shout out to my boy D Cuts KC. You can hit him up on Instagram if you need a haircut. Cause you see,
Let's get in tight. Let's get in tight.
But you see the taper, man.
He's like date night.
Hey.
It's gotta look right, man.
Hey.
You know I can't be with this if this
It don't
isn't
matter
right.
what
So
kind of hair texture you got, he got you down. I'm telling you, D Cuts DCUTZ KC on Instagram, man. Hit my boy up, man.
right on. Well, I'm gonna say goodnight to you guys. Again, it's been a pleasure. And we'll get some pictures of those in just a second. And I'll send you on your way to go do your dinner and whatnot. And thanks again.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we are at the Tipsy Red Fox with some volleyball awesomeness here. They're doing a little painting class before they go do their volleyball games. We've got our Vincent Van Gogh folks over here, our Starry Night ladies. Hello. Yes. Sweet. We've got our Calming Silhouette ladies over here. So we're doing the drawing of our paintings before we pack them up for the road. That's Octavia, my newest addition to the Tipsy Red Fox.
Not young, but
Yeah, pretty young. You can say young.
young, and she made this painting. I love it so much. It's so simple, so cute, and
Calming Silhouette. This is Renee, hostess with the mostest. Thank you for putting this together. We get everybody here. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Good looking out, Grandma. Nailed it. Good job. Bam. Yup. So this is Grandma's painting. Look, she did a good job. Mary over here put some blossoms in here. Noise. This is cool. Let's put some clouds in there. That's pretty awesome. What's up? That's the author of this. Hello. Good job. I like that you went sideways. A couple people did that. That was cool. I like these little cute little, almost Japanese cherry blossoms. Nice. This is full on some Jackson Pollock with them. Like, talk about yourself. What do you got going on here?
Craziness?
Craziness. All right, I'll have my debate. I like it. I like it. Woo. Kung Fu fighting. We've got some detail orient. She's going in here. Great OCD. Good stuff. I like it. Daniel Schlittler says hi. Hi, Daniel. Cool, cool. Putting some finishing touches on here. Supportive parents. Supportive parents. We got to get some props to them for lugging their kids everywhere and being supportive. I heard that somebody else in this group also golfs. So like, what? You just have kids and they take all your money. That's it. That's all they do. Right on, right on. But Mason made it back. Good job, buddy.
Looks beautiful.
Yeah, we did. Everybody did a good job.
Are they modeling a famous painting?
So Van Gogh, Starry Starry Night. So they're doing their impression of an impressionistic piece. Pun intended. So on there. And then these other ones are just some ones that I've done over time that were pretty popular. People are like, "Can we do something with moonlit blossoms?" Yes.
I love how they kind of brought the globe, the 3D version of the moon.
Yeah. Sometimes we call that a happy accident, and we just mix the paint in there. But like, it works out and gives it looks pretty cool. Sweet.
In the house.
Yeah. These are 14 by 18 frames. You can find just about anywhere. So, yep. All right. Hey, hold still. We're gonna come back to yours. I want you to show yours off in a second. Look how low Izzy was just sitting over here. Check out this stuff. Nice. Good job. Well done. These turned out really, really cool. Look at that. All right, here's our Starry Night, girls. Hello. Which is, I mean, you can pat yourself on the back. It's a pretty complicated piece you guys nailed there. Here, pat yourself on the back again. Do it again. It was just, the first time she did it, she just like she's swatting a mosquito. Good job, guys. Good job. Well done. A lot of work went into that. A lot of work. I appreciate you. Nice. Good. And we finish up with Mary. There it is. That's a good smile to end it on. I like it. All right, you guys all want to wave and say goodbye? Bye, guys. You were wonderful, lovely. Thank you so much. All right, we're live at the Tipsy Red Fox with these wonderful people. What's up, wonderful people? Hi. Contain the excitement. These guys were wilding out just a minute ago. They got all shy on the camera. But trust me, the only shy one in the group was this one. Everybody else is all wild and out. Yup. Repeat offender over here. Thank you for coming again and bringing some lovely friends here. This is quite nice here. Love it. All right, so tell me what you've done here.
A sun with two faces.
Oh, nailed it. Stuck the landing. That's perfect example. Can I tell you what I liked seeing what happened here? Because when you started out, you're doing very, like, you put some dark in there, but when you started, it was all one light orange, and you added depth by doing that, and you learned that pretty fast. So I'm proud of you. Cool. I like that you did that. Well done. Thank you. You're welcome. Right, around the outside. All right, Heather, thanks for booking, by the way.
Yes, of course.
So tell me about what's going on here.
I just went with the sun and the moon, and there is no faces in mine.
Okay. So what I'm hearing you say is this was the example, and you decided I'm gonna do this, and you like it, and it worked out. Okay, so artist license, and this is cool. Shooting star, Amber Alert, somebody getting kidnapped. Like, what's going on?
I have a full arm set.
Okay, got to brush your teeth right now. I've got one of those alarms too. Brush your teeth. Hey, so. Oh, we got. Oh man. All right. Well, we're just gonna avoid. We're just gonna show the picture and not the face. Then.
Yeah, let's do that.
Just pull your dreads all the way over, and then like nobody know nothing. You're like, oh shit! I forgot to have warrants out, baby. Damn it. This was like. Could you show? Because that turned out really, really good. Can you show that?
This is mine.
It's pretty.
almost got him. Almost got him. He's nervous over there. We have one more guest, but as per his request, we are not showing the face of this guest. We show the picture. The picture is good. Look at that. And it's not down in Africa. We put Africa on the moon, and it looks cool. Cool as fuck. She is cracking up. Kayla's the loser and shit. I love how funny this is right now. All right, so if you guys, which this is a tradition of the Tipsy Red Fox, would you say something nice to the person sitting next to you? Just one nice thing.
Absolutely. You are the best. I can't live without you.
Oh, I'm crying. Niagara Falls, I'm crying.
I love you.
Oh, good shit. Well done. And you?
I think she's an amazing person, and I probably wouldn't be the person I am right now without her help.
That's a pretty big compliment. That's like as good as it gets when Jack Nicholson and Helen Hunt is like, I just need a compliment, man. I just need a compliment. Jack Nicholson's like, you make me want to be a better man. That's a good one. All right, you two. All right, so it just tell me something nice about each other, and we'll be done with this nonsense.
This was fun. It was lovely. Just like a girl.
Okay, anonymous face says good time. All right.
This was a wonderful time with him for his first experience, and we have to do it again.
I'd love to have you guys. It's a lot of fun. And anytime you guys want to come back, bring friends. We got room for 12 here, but also there's something new that I'm able to do. If you give me enough notice, I can try to book the downstairs gallery space, and I can fit up to 24 people down there, so we can have larger parties. Yup. You guys have been awesome. On behalf of the Tipsy Red Fox, I want to say you made my night. It was a lot of fun hanging out, listening to good music, just being goofballs with the emphasis on goof. And, well, maybe we should put the emphasis on balls, because it was kind of a crazy, perverted night. It was a lot of fun. All right, we'll close out on that. All right, peace. All right, we're live at the Tipsy Red Fox, hanging out tonight with these lovely ladies. Hey, lovely ladies, what's happening?
Hello.
So we went totally out the reservation. We did some custom pizzas tonight. We had a ball. I had a ball. These girls, I don't know. They seemed like they were having some good. There were smiles that happened a couple times. A lot of smiles. So, George, buddy, George of the jungle. And actually, that's not bad. It's not too far out. There's George in the picture. George in the picture. Bam. Noise.
Solid 6 out of 10.
I'm giving it like a 7.5. And that's not being generous. That's easily 7.5.
I like your style.
Yes. Noise. I like this. It's got the booty.
Yeah.
Look at that butt.
Y'all should vote if I should put a bunny tail on.
Yup.
Or foxtail.
Or a foxtail. I think you were right. You got the bunny ears, so we'll do the bunny tail. Not that you can't mix and match on the animals. I mean, if you're going to put on the furry stuff, might as well have a little fun with it. Okay, so I want you guys to say one nice thing about each other that you really enjoy. Don't make me cry. Just something easy and nice.
You're gonna make me cry.
Don't make me cry.
She's extremely admirable and understanding.
Okay, she's there for you.
I love how such a good mother you are to your kids. And I know that sounds easy, but no, it's not easy.
It's not.
Those kids are insane.
They snot comes out their nose all the time and all kinds of other things.
You've done a wonderful job being a mom, and we've grown so much.
Well, I am. That's awesome. And I want to say that it's so awesome that you came to the Tipsy Red Fox on your night out. You could have been mini golfing or some crazy shit like that tonight.
It's been a blast.
Hey,
All your impersonations,
stop! I don't want to hear anymore.
amazing host.
Man, you good, girl. You good. I like, check it out. She put the war paint on this motherfucker. She said, yeah, we're going all out. Damn, G, what's up?
Sorry.
You guys are a lot of fun. Nothing to be sorry about ever. We'll see you guys soon, and we'll talk about going to the bar, setting up something, and having a little event for the girls.
A big old paint class at a bar.
I like it.
Big old paint class. Yeah.
A class ass. Class ass. Classy ass. Classy. She got that bubble butt bone. In the bubble butt bone. She's a bubble butt girl. Boom. She gonna rock that world. Boom. Well, she did the full turnaround, like, yes, Shantae, this is my bootay. Hey. All right, you guys are awesome. I will say good night to you. Safe travels. We'll see you on the next one. Peace. You're welcome. Hey, we're live at the Tipsy Red Fox. We are finally painting some foxes. And speaking of foxes and foxettes, look at these guys right here. All right, good stuff, guys. Appreciate you. Thanks for booking, by the way, with the Tipsy Red Fox. It was good to have you. Thank you for your service. Yeah, perfect. You're awesome. Yep. You have good taste in gentlemen's over here. Well done. And you have good taste in ladies. Yep. So let's talk about these paintings pretty quick. I like the mouth. Look at that. Look how that's a toad's adorable. Okay, this is Kyle. Kyle is not. You're not an artist per se, right? Okay, maybe hidden talent. And this is us. So they clearly did a better job than we did painting the original. Like, nice job. I'm impressed. Super impressed. I'm patting my own back here and Fernando's back because I think we had something to do with it. Tiny bit. Teeny tiny bit. I'm happy. I'm happy with this. Very good. My contribution was adding brown around the eye to make it stand out a little bit more. So, hey, young lovers. Wee! Oh, nice socks, by the way. Oh, look at this guy there. What? It caught my eye. It's good. He's a snappy dresser. That's a good sign, yeah? It's a great sign. Guys that know how to dress themselves fashionably, good to know. Good stuff. It's like reading Rainbow. So my question for you guys is, if you could tell me 3 traits that are non-physical, and then 3 traits that are physical that you like about each other. Mm-hmm.
You go first? I'll go first. Yeah, okay. So I'll start with the physical things. So I love your smile. I think you have an amazing, beautiful smile.
Well, you got me.
I love your hair. Any way that you wear it. I love your hair. And I love your style and your sense of dress. I've loved every outfit I've ever seen you in. So.
Thank you.
And then non-physical
Sure.
things, right? So I love your drive and how motivated you are and all the things that you do. I love how you support me and are interested in me. And I also love that you love dad jokes. And that you always have...
I love that you love dad jokes. Thank you for helping me get through this class with those. That was great.
Sense of humor, so.
Could you tell that dad joke that you told earlier, just the one,
Which one?
With the seagulls?
Okay, so... Gosh, why seagull only fly over the sea, no over the bay?
Why do seagulls are only seen flying over the bay?
Yeah, only see over fly the sea, not over the bay.
Not over the bay, just over the sea.
Yeah, because it's a seagull, not bagel.
It's a seagull, not a bagel. Gets me every time. I love it. Well done. And your turn.
My turn?
Mm-hmm.
Physically, I like your tall. Okay. Right?
Tall, dark, and handsome. Yeah, got it.
He's tall. I'm short. I like your eyes. Your eyes color is very unique. And well, I just like everything.
I like everything. I like everything you have. Good for you guys. And then non-physical things that you like about him that are not physical traits.
Like, I really like you are honest. Like, since we met, you were very open conversation to me. And I like you are very smart. Like, you are trying to understand those contemporary music. Even you never had it before. Trying, but
yeah,
you did. You made it. And, well, I like you're gentle, doing everything. Yeah. So.
Well, that's well said. I think you guys were great, and I think there's no reason to be shy on camera. You guys nailed it, by the way. Good job. I want to say thank you also for letting us paint your portrait here. So I've painted on the left, Elaine, and my friend Fernando, also an associate of mine at the Tipsy Red Fox. We did some training tonight. And he has his own stylistic version, so it's pretty cool for Kyle. Nifty. I like it very much, you guys. And on that, I'm going to end it and say you guys were wonderful. I can't wait to have you back again. If you're in town and want to hang out, just let me know. And I know lots of other places to go get something to eat and also places to go do other fun things. So stay in touch and we'll get you there. All right, guys. Take care. Good night. All right. So I'm excited. We've got an event today with the Tipsy Red Fox as a mobile event. So I'll be packing everything up and taking it to a location. But this is the piece. This is the red panda piece I finished up, but now we've got to do the tracings. I've got my handy dandy sheet here to do reverse rubbings. So I basically use trace it, and then you flip it, and then you trace it, and the graphite goes onto the surface. So I did a test run here. That's pretty visible. I think that'll be good. We got 15 more of those to go, and super excited about dropping off my my painting to my buddy Zane Miller, who's having an event over at La Coutura. Ben Garner, good guy over there, runs that, family man, and it's going to be a lot of fun over there. Should be some serious drinking, and some guys talking about the issues of the day. Some guys and gals talking about the issues of the day, having a good time. So you guys are welcome and invited to go check that out. That'll be going on now and into the evening. What else have I got going on? I've been working through this book, Show Your Work by Austin Kleon, while I'm walking on my treadmill. I do that every day now for 30 minutes. And I'm also, I'm able to write out some notes, but also like I'm getting ready to write my version of a book similar to it, the things that I think are important. So I'll be publishing a book hopefully in the next 6 months. Maybe I'll move that timeline to 3 months, depending on how quickly that goes. I've never written a book before or e-published it, so that'll be an interesting project. If you want to go to the Tipsy Red Fox and book an appointment, there's the QRS code, and the tipsyredfox.com is where you would go to do that. Let's see, what else? It's a beautiful day out. Hope you guys are enjoying the weather. I got a little work to do in the studio and some basic upkeep, office upkeep, laundry, etc. But I did get some groceries yesterday. And you guys are caught up. I'm pretty much just looking forward to Sunday being relaxing, maybe meeting up with some friends. I've been playing tag with a couple people, so hopefully Sunday turns out to work out to do that. So wish y'all luck, and I'm going to go ahead and start setting up the live version of this so you guys can see the tracing of it. All right, we'll get that. There we go. I'll just adjust this. I think most of the action is going to take place right about there. So, all right, cool. Zoop. The way I do this is I'll just grab my guys once that is done. I can go over there. Okay, caffeine. No. Dark caffeine, not exactly good for me, but I need a little pick-me-up right now, so I'm gonna have that. There we go. All right, just had some Taco Bell. That's not good for me either, but I needed to eat something quick, and I didn't feel like making dinner just yet. Okay, it's 2:21. Let's see how long it takes to do one of these, so I can kind of figure out how fast I have to move for this. So one of the cool things is once you get a system down, they go even faster when you're tracing this. And I've found that if I trace these out, it makes it a lot easier for the participants. Some of them show up, they don't have a lot of artistic background, or in this case they're 7 years old, so I definitely want to give them almost like a coloring book experience, but with paint. The challenge is working with these guys is maybe attention span, and then mixing. We'll figure it out when we get there. We may have to simplify it, just depending on the group there. All right, eyeballs. So I'm estimating that this is going to take 2 to 2.5 minutes per to trace all these. And that's if I'm moving pretty fast. The teeth especially, there's a lot of A lot of tracing with these little guys. So boom, boom, boom. There we go. Watch out. Everybody that? Let's see how we did. Pretty good. And then after I'm done getting all these traits out, at least that level, I may go back and just trace over them freehand. Just make them a little darker so it's easier to see. All right. We might change the camera angle just to do a couple of these so you guys can see him. Somebody is calling me. I had started to make a live video just a while ago. Started to make a live video, and then for whatever reason I got a phone call, and I didn't realize that if you take a phone call, it just cuts out your video, which is too bad. But anyway, starting over again. This is a Red Panda, and I got a group of some 7-year-olds, a group that jumped from 10 to 15. So I got some extra tracings to do over here. I've got the plastic, or not the plastic, but the tracing. So when you flip it over, it's like a rubbing. And the graphite is transferred. Each time you put graphite on one side and you flip it, you transfer the graphite on the other side. And this is what the tracing looks like when it's done. If I have a little extra time, I'll go over freehand. Those are a little darker when I'm done. So I got 2 done, so I got 14 more to go. Because I have to do 15 for the participants and then 1 for me so I can teach it. Yep. And then I'll fill you guys in on stuff that's going on later. There's an event over at La Coutura. If you guys want to show up, if you guys smoke cigars or ever curious about it, or you just want to be social, there's some pool tables there. There's big screen TVs. There's an assortment of leather chairs to sit on and just meet some people, hang out, enjoy yourself. I encourage you to go do that. My buddy Zane Miller is the Ashton rep, and he's going to be doing a great job. He's got an event that he's hosting. I encourage you guys to stop by. If you smoke cigars, please buy a box or buy some swag, get involved in it. He's a good guy, and I think you want to meet him and you'll enjoy his company. So, all right, moving on. Oh, and also I got a painting that I did of him that's finished. It's 3 foot by 2 foot. I've been working on that for 2 months. If you want to see what that looks like, you're welcome to do that. Any feedback is welcome. And if you see it and you want to have a portrait done, please let me know. I'm in the market for doing more paintings. I enjoy it quite a bit. All right, let me set this up for some live action here. Hopefully we won't have any more phone calls interrupting, and we can just knock this out pretty fast. And I think we'll do kind of like over, like right about there maybe. Okay, voila. That's there, those are there. These guys go here. All right, so I just set this up like this. And these do take about 2.5 minutes a piece to knock out. So I'll probably have these done right around the right time, and then get packed up, and load my van so I can get out to the site and teach this class. The class is from 5 to 7, but I gotta drive a good 20-30 minutes to get there, and we'll see what traffic is like. There's always construction going on in KC. Sometimes I forget where I've been already with these things. So I try to work left to right or right to left, just so I don't lose track of where I'm at. There we go. And voila. Here we go. So I expect it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll do a lot of voices today, just hanging out with the kids, being a goofball, and can't wait. It's going to be a good time. Then I get to go over and finish up my evening at the La Coutura event. So that'll be cool. And then Sunday, hopefully I get to relax a little bit. I've been working on this painting pretty much full time every day for the last 3 weeks, and I was going at it before that. I've been working on this painting for almost 2 months now. Before I ran into those health issues, I was really rocking and rolling. I have a goal every day, guys, to make $200 a day from all the businesses or hustle that I do. And if I average 200 a day, it's okay. But my goal is to put up some numbers every day. And what that has done, whether I hit that mark or not, what that has done has really propelled me into being more successful financially. And once I was able to be a little more successful financially, I was able to take on more projects, doing more artwork, socializing more, so I like that aspect of it. It also means I say no to a lot more stuff though. I don't go out drinking as much, if any, and I don't get a chance to go to my normal haunts as much as I used to, but I'm okay with that. Alright, might be done. No, okay, cool. I love this thicker lead pencil. There was a point where I would just be forever sharpening pencils doing this, and just don't have the time to do that. So I like that I can just, mechanical pencils are great for tracings. Oh, right. I have a nice breeze coming in. I got a great view. Well, I'll show you that, guys, maybe before I leave. But just nice, sunny, beautiful day finally. It's been raining, kind of depressing lately, really. So just to show you, if I do go over them, it'd be like, it'd be like this, just so they can see them better. But like I said, I gotta make sure I got time to do that, because basically I'm tracing them twice at that point. So that's the difference when I go ahead and hit it a second time. Like I said, I might go ahead and hit all these a second time, just depending on how fast I can get these traced out. So let's see, we're gonna flip this. What does Dave Fields always say when the sirens are going off? Oh yeah, we're playing the Kansas City national anthem right there. All right. Excuse me. So it's good to not have a cold. It's good to have these medications, these blood thinners for this blood clot that I had that was scaring me. And so exercising every day. I do 30 minutes on the treadmill at a pretty brisk walk. And I've been doing reading and also jotting down notes while I'm walking. Turns out you may have some sloppy handwriting, but you can definitely jog or walk and still take notes. It's not super easy. I'll probably switch over to just having a recording of my voice and then transpose it later would be a more efficient way to probably do that, because everything kind of evolves, right? So I like that I'm efficient in that I can read and then memorize things while I'm going. Oh, not done yet. I need to get this guy some pause. So I was reading that book by Austin Kleon, Show Your Work, 10 ways to share your creativity and get discovered. And one of the quotes in there is about, if I can remember it, I'll probably end up paraphrasing it. It's by Henri de Balzac, and he states that the greatest problem an artist has to solve is getting oneself noticed. And I agree with that. So I'm trying to make myself more findable. You want to be found, you have to make yourself findable. So I'm working on that. And doing these videos is a part of that. That way people can see, like, this is what goes into this. This is the process. A lot of people see the finished piece. Normally people just see the finished piece in my art classes, so maybe I can get them to okay with my groups, that they can see more of the process when people are hanging out in the middle of class. Because a lot of times people have challenges, or they'll be frustrated at the beginning of class, and by the time they get finished, they feel better because they overcame some challenges. And, you know, that's pretty exciting to see people come in with different levels of, you know, how well they paint, and a lot of them walk out, you know, pretty good artwork, I gotta say. Especially if you haven't done this for years and years and years, or you haven't been a kid and been creative and painted, and people come into it and do it and they surprise themselves. I'm excited to be a part of that. That's pretty awesome. All right, like I said, these teeth. They take a little bit of doing to get them in there. All right, let's get a little nose. This guy's eyeballs. How are we doing on time? 2:40. I'll be cutting it close, but I should be able to get it done. All right, where are we at? This one, I forgot where we're at. Okay. Some eyeballs there. Easy the ear. Voila. Here we go. And, you know, that's going to happen. So I have to clean my hand. Remember to clean my hand before I go touching stuff after this, because I get graphite over everything, and then my fingers, etc. It's messy. It's messy. Messy. Life is messy. Messy dude. Okay. I just have to be careful when I'm doing this in one stroke, because the paper will bunch up and then rip, and then it's still usable, but it's a pain in the butt after it rips, so just want to be careful. Okay. Yeah, that one came up pretty good. Alright, next. And maybe we'll switch up the angle of the camera so you guys can see me in action, do my thing here. Let's see, we'll turn this over here. Let's see, where will I be? I'll be like right there. Whoop. Right, here we go. takes about 7 or 8 of these before the transfer. 7 or 8 of them before the transfer comes out. Pretty good. I can see that pretty clearly. So getting close to the halfway mark here with these tracings. Again, once you have a system where you know where you've been, you don't lose time trying to figure out if you've traced it yet already. So I just work my way around the outside and in. What other methods do you guys have if you're an artist of transferring images? I know there's projectors for larger stuff. How do you guys transfer images or borrow? There we go. That works good. Okay. Caffeine. Dopamine, caffeine, bam. Alright, next one. A wee bit more of tracing you got to do here. Oh, there we go. Get it all lined up. Nice. Nice. Okay, there we go. There we go. Right. The old tongue up. That means I must be in concentration land, like Michael Jordan jamming on the free throw lines in my flow, in my zone. All right. What the heck? Moron. Okay. And that must have been when I had somebody helping me open my canvases and wasn't paying attention and put a line in there. So that's my buddy Fernando. Oh well. Good help is hard to find. Moving and grooving. Anybody got anything interesting going on in their lives? I'll be viewing this later to see who tuned in. If you're family members or friends, it'd be a good time to catch up if you want to. Let me know what's happening in your world. I'd like to get more involved in the video side of this for a YouTube channel. Do any of you have YouTube channels? Can I support your channel? Alright, round the outside, here we go. So after this, we will be loading up brushes, paint, napkins, cups, these canvases that we've traced out, easels. We don't have to do chairs and tables, thank goodness. I always like it when they have their own chairs and tables. It makes it so much easier for me. Let's see, large easels, 2 of those. Ah, crap, I forgot my other easel. I left my other easel. Uh-oh. I forgot something at La Coutura. I don't think I'll have time to go grab it, but I should be okay anyway. I've got 1 large easel that'll work. Usually I like to have 2. Go. Get close now. It's 2. So hopefully in these videos soon I'll figure out how I can add music to it so I can listen to music, but also so you guys can have something to listen to instead of just me talking the whole time, especially after I've told you like what's going on in my life. Change the camera angle one more time while we're sitting here. I'm getting ready to do the last one. Okay, there it is. Hold on. There we go. All right. 254.41. Let's see how long it takes to do one of these things. 2:55, 30. So less than a minute if I really go through it. So let's go ahead and touch these up a little bit. I don't want to leave too much graphite on there because then, especially in the areas that are going to be white, because then the graphite mixes in with the white and makes it gray. So I have to be careful there. That's all pretty visible right there. Okay, so there's one. I'm just gonna hit the spots that are tough to see. Alright. Okay, so that's pretty good. Yeah, see over that one pretty good. I will use this one. So I'm gonna write me on there because there's a scratch there or a cut when these are getting open. Either I or Fernando, most likely Fernando. When I'm unpackaging these, you see these cuts in the back. That's because I hit the backs of them because they all come individually wrapped in plastic, which is the pain in the butt. But that's how they come at this point until I find another distributor. Coincidentally, if any of you guys know somebody that sells 14 by 18 canvas boards, or you have access to people at Alibaba or India, I am trying to set up something so I can get these in cheaper and faster. Maybe not faster from India, but if I have them ordered in bulk, then I'll just have them on supply and I won't have to worry about faster. So 14 by 18 canvas boards, double primed is what I'm looking for. I had a neighbor that's from India that said he was going to look into it, but I haven't heard from him for a while, so we'll figure out what's going on. But In the meantime, I still need to solve that problem. Besides getting seen and noticed, it's the number one problem is figuring out supply chains that are affordable. Because the price of everything went up. And gas is $3.99 a gallon right now, guys. What the heck? Yeah, I can see that one. It's for me. Moving. 3:01. We got another 10 minutes we can put into this, so we need to work faster. They don't need extra help. Yeah, so that's good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I don't know if you can see this or not, but what I like about these mechanical pencils is you can put this beveled edge on it, and it just goes pretty smooth. one. And we'll do a double count just to make sure we have 16. Because I don't want to get there, you know, I travel there and I don't have any extras. And I might even take some extra ones just in case, because the client's already added twice today, two separate times she's added 2 or 3 new participants. So I will take some extra plain canvases and this tracing just in case we need to add more people to the mix. I went back and did this second tracing over him because there was missing some stuff. Like that guy didn't even have his little nose mouth there. All right, so let's do the double counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, we are squared away. And here's the original. And then this is the one that I'm going to paint, like I said, because it's got that cut in it. And that way we don't have to throw the canvas away or go get it exchanged out. So that is that part of it. I've got a bunch of other stuff to do. I'll check back in with you guys later at the actual event. Boy. Panda. All right, we're at the Tipsy Red Fox. Like I said, we're preparing for an event. They wanted me to do turning red or red panda here. So I found an image that they'd sent. We're gonna simplify this. I've already got a sketch going right here. So we'll find the colors somewhere in here that match up with these guys, and we'll try to get it pretty close. Just like simple, something that they can do in an hour or two while they're having their birthday party. This portrait's coming along of Zane. Got to rework on the hand. I didn't like how it looks right now. I got to fix that finger and some kind of where the knuckles are. I see my mistake is I've got to have this come down. I like using tracing paper to do multiple sketches without having to. I've learned the hard way that I can save a lot of time if I just do the sketches here instead of reworking it, because sometimes I'll just make another mistake and that can go on for hours. So this is the shorthand method to getting it done. I've got a timeline that I got to get finished by Saturday, so I've got these two projects I got to get done today, basically, and tomorrow. And then health-wise, some of you may or not know this that I had a blood clot. They think it could have been from an injury when I was jogging down in Florida in March, or it could have been from driving for Uber so many hours and sitting statically. So the fix for that is a less sedentary life, more action, and I've been on the treadmill the last 3 days, so that's the personal catch-up. I'm going to do this without any sound, so let me get this hooked up into the, let's see, our tripod, which is actually a boom mic that's been adapted. Hello, Lashley Vu. Appreciate you tuning in. So I think everybody can kind of see that. I'm going to get the paint ready. So basically I use, let's shake this guy up. Let's see. I'm going to have a lot of orange in this piece, so we'll do a generous amount of that. There we go. Grab some yellow. And again, eventually, guys, I probably won't be doing too much talking. I'll just be doing the painting itself. So, and I won't be able to see what's above me because I'm using my phone and it's above, so I won't be able to see your comments and stuff. So just know at the end of this, I'll go back and say hey to you guys that are paying attention if you have questions, or if you want to book a painting party in the Kansas City area, or if you want me to do some portraits. I have a page also I'll let you guys know about for the portraits that I'm starting to do recently. A little bit of red. I don't think we'll need too much red. And I'm going to track down some Venetian red because I think there's some of that in there. I could probably get there with this Sierra brown.
this burnt sienna quartz here, but let me track down some Venetian red just a second. Okay, and voila. Ooh, all right. So sometimes if they sit here for a while, I gotta peel this off the top there, and might be some gunk in there. So what's happening is there's probably something clogging this down here, and I gotta go and get that later, but I'm kind of in a hurry, so I'll just put it to the side. Let's see. You see this is a lighter version of this, we said burnt Sierra down here, so I won't have to mix as much. Got some on my finger. That's probably gonna go here and here. So waste not, want not. All right, let me grab some napkins, some brushes as well, and I got the water already, so I'll be right back. So the reason I'm showing you kind of the setup process is so people understand, like, it's not just boom, we have an artist, we have an idea as an artist, and we go and we knock it out. We have to do some prep work as part of the work part of, like, preparing the canvas. Usually if you're doing something, you might have to gesso it or other kind of preparatory things. In this case, I've got the sketch out, I've got the paint going, now I'm going to gather the brushes, and then we'll get started on the painting itself. All right. We need more napkins and we need some brushes. So instead of rinsing the brushes out, I'm going to move really fast here. I might even use a hair dryer. I'm trying to get this knocked out in like an hour, hour and 15. So these are the brushes I'm using, and I'm just going to go ahead and jump right in. All right. Let's block out white. We're going to do a lot of that in here. And that might have been a little premature with the brown there, but all right. Okay. Let's see. So there's a lot of hair in this one, so we're just gonna kind of put a darker coat down first. Basic shape of the nose. I'm not worried about making it perfect. I've got my sketch, and I've already done a drawing, so I have a general idea of how this is going to go. And for those of you, like, usually you could switch out to a smaller brush if you want, but I know that I'm going to go in and fix it, so I'm not super worried. I'm just getting the flesh tones out real quick. So trying to keep these brush strokes feathered out to show like there's hair there. So doing the directional stuff there. There we go. Whatever sound effects you guys like to do, go for it. Gonna add a little orange in my brush here. just the corner of my brush while it's wet. I might even add some white into this orange, so I'm adding a little white into the orange there. Yeah, that's better. Gotta figure out what color I want the background to be as well. Not sure. Alright. And paws are going to be over the top of that. The difficulty in this piece is that it's a giant fur ball, so how to differentiate where the shoulders start and the little claws there. So we'll just get the first round done here real quick. Okay, I got 3 claws, there we go. Definitely got a lot of white in the ear, so I'm just gonna go. Again, I don't want to make this too complicated because I'm teaching this to some younger folks that maybe, I don't know how much artistic background, so I have to make sure it's simplified enough that, you know, somebody that doesn't have an art background could still get in and make this painting. So, like I said, the more simplified I can make it, the easier it's going to be to teach it and also for them to do it. Let's see. Now, this part right here has a little red and black in it, so I'm just going to go a little swoosh right there and just cover this area right here. That's a little more red than I want, but it'll be dark and I'll clean it up later. Because I'm going to be making these little triangles to show the fur. And I'm trying to spread this paint out so it dries faster. I don't want it to be too thick. Alright. Yeah, let's see. That's actually going to be orange and white. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hit this with a hairdryer real quick. I'll be right back. Okay. Hair dryer. Of course, hair dryer. All right. There you go. Hair dryer's in there. Hello, Stacy Gordon Gifford. Hello, Lucy Campbell. Welcome back. We're painting this red panda for a birthday party for some 10-year-olds coming up pretty soon. We're just doing a simplified image. And I'm also going to add black to my palette here because there's a little bit of black in the mouth. So let's do that. Oh, right. There we go. That should be enough. All right. So let's go ahead and start adding some lighter oranges and these little triangle fur ball shapes that are coming out. So again, this is a hairy panda, hairy red panda. Okay, so there we go. Trying to just give it some shape and some color. So just keep adding layer after layer. Some darker, some lighter. There we go. Mostly orange in there. There we go. And any ideas? You guys want to give me an idea? Whoever's watching, you got any recommendations for? Let's see, a background color for this. What kind of background color do you think we should have for turning red our little panda here? Lashley, Stacy, Lucy, you guys got any ideas for what color you want to have back here in as the background? Just out of curiosity, where are you guys from and how did you find me and how are you tuning in today? How did that happen? Quiet group, all right. right. So that's a good start for the hair on this guy right there. And then I want to see. Okay. So there are a lot of bright oranges up on top of the head. So let's get that kind of going in there. And so I've loaded my brush to have different colors in there. That way when I make these little streaks, it gives like multiple shades of hair. And I just kind of lightly whisk it along there. There we go. All right. And I'll go over the hand later because the hands are actually more forward in space. So I'll do the hands last, and then I'll go over the top of all the mark making that I'm doing over here. These are a little more white. Okay. And sorry guys, I would have music going. Normally I listen to music when I paint, but if I do that, then I can't be on Facebook because of copyright infringement with the music part. So I'm just gonna have to jump through it. If you guys want to, I can actually see down. I'm standing up, so if you guys actually want to have a conversation, you can time something in and I'll answer it to you. Or I'll just paint. You guys can hang out. That's cool too. All right, I'm gonna rinse that brush out real good. I'm gonna find a nice round brush. We'll go with that one. And start working on these eyeballs a little bit. I'm gonna sit down now. All right. So in the back of these, there's this kind of color back here, and that starts. Let's see. This actually goes there. So I'm just gonna take my time, kind of make some nice cool circles here to be the eyeballs and try to keep them roughly the same size. There you go. Got some circles there. And then let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some pristine white. There we go. And this doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just trying to get the basic shape of the circle down for this first run. We'll have to do 2 coats on that. And then also his little snout right here is white. So we'll go ahead and that's where we'll shape the nose a little bit. Seems like this just goes over the top of that just a little bit. So it goes and then comes out to there. Watch. Alright, that goes down like that. It's got a little white snout. Okay, cool. What else? And that kind of comes down even further than that. That goes more like that. So we make that shape more like that. Okay. Now that I'm looking at it. Okay. And all these teeth are kind of, they're white, but they got just a tiny bit of black on them. They're more like a gray, tiny gray bit. So I've added just a tiny bit into my brush there. Alright, so we're going to give these guys some teeth. And we'll come back to all this and do a second coat in just a little bit, but for now we're just going to get this part done. Give this guy some chiclets. Alright. Okay, cool. He's got there, he's got some teeth now. And then the inside of his mouth is mostly black actually. I might go back in with a different brush for this. Yeah, I'm gonna use a different brush. Something smaller. That way I can just get in there. Alright. There we go. Gonna spread that out so it can dry. And this is the tedious part or the careful part. Just so I can keep the shape of these teeth. There we go. Alright, this guy's coming together, yeah? He's looking pretty good, I think. Alright, yeah. Nice. Big smile, big smile. He knew he was going to be on camera, didn't he? Alright, here we go. And he's got those two front teeth right there. Boom. I mean, we kind of got it. Doesn't have to be perfect. This has to be close. There we go. And I think that basic, there's a dark, we're going to add a little bit of black to that raw sienna and a little bit of red there. And we'll do the gums on the bottom half here. So that kind of goes like this. Drops in. There we go. There we go. Too sweet like that. And I'm going to reload my brush. Black, red, brown. Get in there. There we go. And let's go zoom. Now normally I'd say, you know, between here and here, like wait for that to dry. Just, but if you're careful and, you know, you're not going to get it in your, so we'll get this guy right there. There you go. Okay. Now he's got his mouth there. Again, this is a little asymmetrical, but that's alright. And then that same line just kind of parks in here, right about there, just a real thin line. And a real thin line right there. Alright. There's actually a thin line that comes down here. Boop. It's going to go into his little, and he's got these little nose holes. Boop. Boop, boop. Let's drop those guys in there. Sweet. There you go. And let's see. Let's make this a little darker around here. There we go. And a little darker around here. Okay. Alright, then we want to do that second layer of whites. So I'm going to clean up my brush real quick. I'm going to do the second layer of white. He's starting to look kind of like a panda already. That's pretty cool. Or an angry gremlin or something. Alright, so wash that brush out real good. Now we're going to go back in with the white. So this is just straight right here, white, because I want it's a block out white, and I want it to cover the brown from earlier that I left on there. Okay. So eventually, here we go. Okay. This will be the tough part for our group, is keeping the keeping these circles circular. I might have to come up with something for them to trace over and over or use. Alright, so that stays like that. We're going to grab some more white out of here. I'm going to touch this up as well. Second coat on there. Okay. Ooh. Careful, 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 careful. Alright. I'll do it for those guys. Cool. And I think there is, he's got some white bushy little eyebrows that we're going to put in right that go like this. And basically I'm going to flatten my brush out on both sides to give me that rounded look. There you go. We'll have to come back and put a second coat on those as well. Now, he's also got there's a lot of white in his ears here, so we're going to get after that. Okay. Alright. I guess nobody piped in about what to do for the background, so we might go like super red with that, a reddish brown. Yeah, let's do that. And this part is white too, so we'll come back into that. All right, let's let things dry for a second. Let's work on that background. We're going to say that that is going to be red and brown, a little bit of black. Ooh, actually, let's go more red. So let's say this is the background color. And probably should have done the background first, but I kind of like it's working out so far. And I'll try to blend this in so I can't see the brush strokes very well. Yeah, I think that'll look okay. Tell you what I'll do, I'll paint over a little bit and then I'll go back and paint the hair on top. Alright, so that's more red. I guess I can show you guys. I'm just mixing brown and red in. And you can always see if you're getting close to your color by just putting it right up next to it. And we're pretty close there, so I'm just going to go ahead and lay that down. That's on pretty thick, so I'm going to grab some of it and move it over. There we go. And now that this background is in, when I paint over with the little hairs, they'll look more, they'll separate from the background and give it some more depth. We're almost done with this part right here. All right, cool. It's coming along. I think that'll all be fur. Yeah. Okay, cool. Again, I don't care if I go over the top of this because this is the last part that I'll work on. It goes over the top of everything. I think that ought to cover that pretty good. Alright. If I want to, I can put another coat on that when it dries. Maybe I'll do that first, just to punch it up. Yeah, let's do that now. That is one of the nice things about acrylic. If you put it on thin, it dries super fast, so you can work with it. Yeah, so it's going back and I'm adding a straight red over the top of that now. And all these paints are a little bit translucent, so that's why generally I add a little block out white to begin with. That's still shiny, so it's not ready yet, but let me go back and get this guy. Hold still, guys, if you're tuning in. I'll be right back. I'm going to head and use the hair dryer real quick. I'll be right back. Right back. Right, there we go. So now I should be able to go back over that red real quick. There we go. All right, so that covers the red. I clean my brush out real quick. Looks like we are going to need another layer of this white to go down, so we'll hit that real quick. There you go. Go. Looking pretty good. All right. And now like I said, these, you see this? There we go. So now those hairs look like actual hairs. There we go. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. All right. So we'll do this more of those. Those will fly up there. There you go. Okay. And then the eyebrows needed more. There you go. Got those guys in there. Okay, so now we're just going to work on, let's see. Okay, I got to look at this imagery that I got going on the computer real quick, kind of figure out where I want to go next. I think I'm going to work here, figure out if there's anything else I want to do. I kind of like that as is. Once I get, the trick to this is just putting these eyeballs in here, the little, the Disney eyes, right? Make them look, you know, like Puss in Boots a little bit. And then we'll throw these guys on last. And we might need to add some depth in the ear. So let me go take a look on this computer. It's across the, I'm looking across backwards. So ideally, when I get this set up for the next time, if I do another one of these, I'll have the computer facing in front of me so I can just look at that. But right now I'm facing that way for my reference photo, which is, it's okay. I just had to get this done. But we'll figure it out for next time to be better with the videography, I think. All right. Okay. All right, one thing I did notice, let's see, our little panda has some white hairs that actually, that shoot right about here. So we'll just grab those guys and shoot them out right there. Same thing on the other side. There we go. All right. And in his ear, most of these are white as well. So we got the base down, so now we can just add these little wispy guys. There we go. All right. Okay. Nifty, nifty, nifty. All right. Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and okay, so I see what these are. These are small brush situations, so we're gonna go here and make a circle the best of our ability. another one about the same amount of space away, about the same size. Okay. Whoop. Done. Alright, we can shape those a little bit better when they dry. Let's go ahead and let's give some shape to these fingers that are coming in. Alright, shapes on the fingers. So that's going to be a lot of red and brown. Red and brown. So let's mix up a bunch of that. Tiny bit of white. Alright. And some dark in there. Alright. So that's too globby. I'm going to get rid of some of that paint just by twirling it off right there. Okay. Now I want to make some. It's got this that kind of go over there. Goes like this. It's got a little guy that comes in like that. And you got a little guy that comes in like that. A little guy that comes in like that. Alright. This is like pretty dark right there. Pretty dark in here. Let's keep making a bunch of these little furs. Okay. Just wanted to see what those would look like. Let's see. Some lighter ones right there. How does that look? Oh, looks like a finger, kind of. Okay, yeah, we're just going to make them look real furry. That's the idea. Alright, so let's do the same thing here where we have, these are darker. I'm just barely touching the canvas. I'm not pressing down very hard because then it'll make a thick stroke, and we don't want to do that just yet. I'm getting mostly the dark ones here. Alright. There's a bunch of different colors in here. I'm kind of just shaping where the bit of his elbow might be. We're going to do a bunch of these, so and we're going to do it on the other side as well. is one furry little panda. I'm telling you. Whew, he's furry. Alright. Alright, he's coming together. Now we're going to add a little white to that color. Just add a little bit of white to the same color we've been putting down. And we're going to go down there. Add some more. There. I'm just hitting the spots that are open. Alright, and I want these ones up here to be super light because they're like the highlights of the fingertips there. There we go. Fortunately, I gotta figure out how to get this red background here over here because this ended up being lower. So that's okay. We'll fix that later as well. So now we got to do the same thing kind of on the other side. So we're going with this dark and the brown, dark and the brown. And I'm going to look back and see what I can do here. All right, this is going to be at an angle, kind of like this, same thing. This thing. Right. This is going to come down to there. Okay. Okay. And now we mix up a bunch of that, the darker colors that we talked about. So there's red, black, some brown in there, maybe some of this brown as well. There we go. We're going to make a bunch of these guys. And I'm barely touching, and the direction that I'm making the hair is to match the palm and the back of the hand. Actually, it'd be this part right here. But the way he's got the Macaulay Culkin Home Alone kind of pose. I don't know if you guys recognize that or not, but the red panda here is making the same face that Macaulay Culkin made in Home Alone. And then the hair direction is going to change and go this way. There we go. Voila. So he looks like a red panda already. At this point, I could, if I needed to, if I was in a crunch time, I could tell the client, hey, look, this is going to turn out just fine. Here's the basics. But I think I can just finish this and show her. And she will feel good because she knows that she's put down her deposit. She's going to have a cool painting for her kids to do. Alright, looking good, looking good. This is going to be fun. I hope these kids have a great time with this party. I'm having fun making this little red panda, so it'll be awesome. Alright, now I'm going to switch to do a little orange in there. I didn't have orange in this one, so I'm going to put a couple guys in that one. There we go. Add a little white to this guy. So I guess to remember in this class, when I teach this is to get the first part done right away like we did, so we have time to put all these little strokes in for the hair. And we'll see, you know, at the age group if they have the patience to keep doing that. And I'll have to remind them that they can put these down really fast. Maybe some of them are used to just taking their time. I remember when I was 10 years old, art class was different a little bit, where you would just, you know, you could kind of mosey along and take your time. And hopefully we can do that. Like I said, I've got to get this done in basically an hour, where they'll have 2 hours to do it in class, so maybe we'll be fine. I think we should be good. But that would be my only reservation, is will they be able to put down all these little hairs like I'm doing? I think they will. I think it'll be fine. I think kids will surprise you with how resilient they are and how quick they learn. There you go. Alright, and now I definitely want to have the very, very, very light. More than that, actually. There we go. For the tops of these. There you go. Oop. Alright, there you go. He's looking pretty cool. Get these couple more over there for that guy. Alright. There we go. And now we're going to do these guys down here a little better, but although we could get away with that. Remember we talked about simple is better? So maybe this is too complicated for our group. Instead of doing this just as complicated as that, let's just leave this like this. Maybe touch up a couple of spots. Grab some of this dark red in here, and we'll just go in here and just a couple spaces, just move. Okay, cool. That'll work out. I think that's the plan anyway. This is better like that. Just to give a little more depth in there. Having these strokes that are similar to this stroke will help unify the piece. Aha! Nice! I'm liking it. Alright. Let's do that. Again, I gotta remind these guys to use a really thin stroke, barely touch the canvas, because otherwise they can get real thick real fast. Okay. Alright, cool. Let's make that whole area like that. Okay. Cool looking little panda dude. Alright, next. One more touch on that. Now there was like almost a pink color for the gums, I think. That was in there, so we'll do like a little highlight of that. Highlight of that. There we go. That was cool. Now let's give this guy also a little highlight. There we go. Highlight his nose. Maybe this part right here. It's a little more pronounced. That's good. And now I think we just need to work on a couple more. Maybe some strokes up there. Okay. For his ears. Okay. He's looking cool. I like him. All right. Let's see. let's work on these eyeballs. What we gotta do. Okay, first thing we gotta do is shape them a little better. So, I'm gonna grab some white here, and I want these circles to be about a little bit smaller than they are. I think about that small. Oh my gosh, darn it. Alright, this is the tough part. How am I going to translate this? It's tough for me. How's it going to be easy for them? Okay. That's better. Alright, I want to block out white with a little bit of brown. And I want that to be the color around the eyeballs. Boop. Okay, gotcha. And I think I would like to have a little bit of orange right there, and here, here, here. Okay, nifty. I don't know about that one. Okay. Let's make some, well, orange, straight orange little hairs, right? Just real thin ones. Okay, cool. Make some real thin, really thin, little orange, whatchamacallits. Okay. These guys are turning out pretty good. Looking pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Yeah. Makes them stand out a little bit. That's cool. Let's see. Let's go ahead and give. Alright, also within the white of the eye, there's going to be these little tiny dots. Little dots. Oop. Maybe like. Okay, yeah. Okay, that looks a little better. And that little white's going to be right there for us highlight. Okay. Let me see how this looks from up there. What do you guys think? I think our panda is pretty close to being done here for what we're going to submit to the client for this birthday party. We might add a little definition with the teeth there. Might punch up some little hairs in here and punch up some hairs like we did here throughout there and more in the ears. And then I think we'll Oh yeah, and we gotta fix this part right here. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Let me grab a brush, clean it up. Alright, I think that was like, let's see. Nope. Yeah, that's pretty close. Yeah. Alright, so I might have to put a few more hairs. Alright. There's too much water on the brush. I'm gonna have to do that again. Burn it. Do it. Let's see. Alright, well that's doing its deal. Let's go back to this brush. And let's get some orange and start. Just lightly loading up the brush. Ooh, that was a thick one. Okay. No, maybe we should have left that alone. Because if you do that level of detail there, you gotta go all the way around, so. Alright. Haven't we really used the yellow very much? Okay, it makes it pop a little bit. I'm going to separate the neck from the body here with this yellow. Yeah, that turned out pretty cool. I like it with a little bit of yellow in there. Whoosh. Yeah, so we're almost done, guys. Almost done. Let's see. Wow, you're getting busy. All right. Let's get some of this out here. cool. I think I'll put more white. Like the little strokes that we're doing through in here, we'll just do white strokes as well. Alright, let's go. Alright, almost done. Alright. Okay. Okie dokie, okie dokie, okie dokie. I'm gonna try to fix this a little bit of black to make it more circular. This part. Okay. Okay, okay. Alright. Let's make these teeth kind of like feet. There we go. That was definitely missing. Alright. And then these little gray hairs. Mostly white. I don't even know if I'm going to mess up or not. Just to make it a little darker under there. I think pretty close to being done here. Maybe just a couple gray hairs right there. Yeah. All right. All right. I think I'm ready to send that off to the client. Red party coming up. So finished up. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. Appreciate you. I'm going to take a picture of this, send it to the clients, and then start working on the portrait that I showed you earlier. For those of you that maybe didn't see the portrait from earlier. So there's our finished panda. Here's our panda reference that I kept breaking my neck to figure out. I think we got pretty close. Right. We got to make our own style a little bit. And this is for education purposes. So, and then this is the portrait that I'm working on. There's a lot of detail work that I got to get done on this half of the shirts. And like I said, I use tracing paper, like if I do a sketch, if I'm trying to fix something. So this definitely had some size issues and some trying to figure out where the knuckles landed. And I'm not sure that I'm sold on the background yet either, but I'll figure something out. Anyway, that's all going to be done in the next couple of days, so I think I'll get there though. Right on. Thanks again for everybody that tuned in. And if you want to book a painting class to do the Tipsy Red Fox, you go to thetipsyredfox.com, the Tipsy, T-I-P-S-Y, redfox.com, and we can do some painting classes together, girls' night out, bachelorette party, team builders, etc., etc. So look forward to seeing some people if you're local. If you're not local, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.